So today we will see the cardiovascular system. So cardiovascular system on the overall, it is the study about the heart and its circulation. So in order to know about the circulation in the heart, first we should know the basic structure of the heart. Okay, so now you have four chambers in the heart. The upper two chambers you call as atrium, and the lower two chambers you call as ventricles. Okay, so you have right side and left side. So the right side of the heart, it is getting the blood flow. What is this? Superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, which is bringing what kind of blood? Which is bringing the deoxygenated venous blood into the right side of the atrium. And is there any valvular mechanism over here? No. Is there any valve between superior and inferior vena cava entering into the right atrium? No. If there is no valvular mechanism, it means there is continuous inflow of blood from the venous circulation into the right atrium. So as in the same way, how the left atrium is getting its blood? It is from the pulmonary artery or vein. It is the pulmonary vein. Clear? Okay. So pulmonary vein, it is bringing what blood? Oxygenated blood. Whereas the right side of the heart, it is getting deoxygenated blood which is filled with carbon dioxide. This pulmonary vein among the venous system, this is the only vein which is carrying the oxygenated blood. This is an exceptional case. All the venous circulation, the venous blood vessels will carry the deoxygenated blood except the pulmonary vein. And now, when the atrium, the upper chambers filled with the blood from superior and inferior vena cava as well as from the pulmonary vein, it will now enter into the lower chambers called the ventricles. Okay, so the right side of the lower chamber, you have a valvular mechanism over here. It is called as tricuspid valve, which is also called as and what is the valvular mechanism which is present in the left side of the heart? Mitral valve, which is also called as bicuspid valve. Okay, so here you have the valves. They are called as atrioventricular valves. The valves between the atrium and the ventricles. In general, you will term it as atrioventricular valves. The right side is the tricuspid valve and the left side it is bicuspid. Okay. And now the blood entered into the lower chambers, whether it is with the carbon dioxide deoxygenated or with the oxygenated blood. From both the sides of the upper chambers, the blood is now entering into the ventricles. Okay. Now the ventricles is having a valvular mechanism connected with the blood vessels. For easy understanding, I am just drawing the blood vessels over here, but in actual gross arrangement, it will not be organized in this way. Okay, so you will have the organization like this, and from here you will have the pulmonary artery over here like this. Okay, so you now forget about all those things. So here you have the valvular mechanism which is dealing with the ventricles. Okay, the left side, of the ventricle is connected to the blood vessel which is called as aorta, which is the great blood artery. And the right side is connected where the blood goes from the right side of the ventricle to the blood vessel which is called as pulmonary artery. This is the only artery which is dealing with deoxygenated blood. Okay, clear? So this is the small introduction about the circulation of the blood in the heart. Okay, so this basic understanding you should know. Okay, clear? So first, the upper chambers is getting filled with the blood. From the right side, it is through superior and inferior vena cava, and from the left side, it is through the pulmonary vein. From the upper chambers, the blood is entering into the lower chambers, and there is a valvular mechanism which is controlling the blood flow only at the presence of stimulus. Okay, but over here in the superior vena cava and between the pulmonary vein, there is no valvular mechanism. So it indicates the upper chambers is getting the continuous blood flow from the superior and inferior vena cava and the pulmonary vein on the left side. Okay, clear? So now from the upper chambers, atrium to the ventricles, you have a valve called as AV valve. AV valve in general. So the right side it is tricuspid, left side it is bicuspid. Okay. So now after the blood move from the upper chambers to the lower chambers, then the blood is going to the blood vessels from the lower ventricles. The right side it is pulmonary artery and left side it is aorta. And here you have a valvular mechanism in both the sides. In generally they are called as semilunar valves. It looks like a half moon shape, lunar. So that is why it is called as semilunar valves. Okay. If you want to specify based upon the lateralization, it is called as pulmonary artery valve. Okay. And this is aortic valve. Okay. But both the valves will function. If it is opening and closing, it will happen at the same time. So in generally, when we are talking about the opening and closure of the valves, whether it is AV valve or it is with the semilunar valves, both sides, right side and left side, will open at the same time, close at the same time. And same with the semilunar valves also. Okay, so that is why even though if there is tricuspid and mitral, you have the generalization of AV valves. And here semilunar valves. Okay, clear? So this is the small circulatory introduction.